Does this strategy apply to any loan, like a car loan, or only a mortgage loan?
And that is a very good question. And it applies to all loans. But you want to make sure you're paying them off in the right time and in the right sequence. Because if you attack the wrong loan at the wrong time, you're going to pay more interest than you need to. I had a phone call not long ago from a gentleman from Arizona, and he makes good money out there because guess what? He's a sales manager for solar panels. So they're killing it out there. All right. So he says, I have plenty of money. And as his Tesla was driving him down the road, and he was talking to me and watching us on the screen. Yes, he was watching us while his Tesla was driving him down the road. So he said, you know what? I was watching this guy in Tennessee, and he talked about the debt snowball. And so I'm making all this money and I have this money in the bank. So I said, why am I carrying all this debt? So he takes $40,000 out of the bank and just pays off the rest of his Tesla, just pays it off. All right. And then he said, now the $700 I'm no longer paying a month on the Tesla. I'm now adding that to my mortgage payment every month. And I said, well, that's what the experts are teaching. Why are you calling me? So when I asked him that, he said, well, because I saw some of your videos online and now I'm wondering if I did the wrong thing. I said, now here's what I asked him. By paying off the Tesla, how much interest did you save? His answer was, I don't know. Let's figure it out. Because folks, here's the thing. Keep this in mind. If all of your loans were 0% interest, is there any financial advantage to paying a loan off early at 0% interest? The answer is no. So we don't pay off loans faster to get rid of the principal. We pay loans off faster to save on the interest. So we need a plan that saves us the maximum amount of interest that's mathematically possible for each one of us. That's where we're going. That's how we get out of the matrix. That's how we get out of becoming interest generating machines, because that's what we contribute to the financial matrix. Individuals, businesses, churches, doesn't matter. If you borrow money, you are part of the interest generating machine, and banks want to lend money for as much as they can for as long as they can. Now, am I anti-bank? No, I am certainly not. I love borrowing money. I love borrowing money at a discount, though. I don't want to pay retail for my money. So here's what we're talking about. So I showed him, I said, let's put it into a calculator and see how much interest you saved. So we found out that he saved about $7,700 in interest by paying off the car. Great. But he has a $500,000 mortgage, okay, at 4% at the time. So I'm going to put that on the screen. All right, let me see here. We're going to open this up, put this on, and we did $400,000 at 4%, 30 years. And now we're going to go down. As soon as that comes up on the screen, we'll be able to show you what's going on with his mortgage, because he saw the video and he's wondering, man, oh man, what am I doing here? And for some reason, my there we go. All right, $400,000. Okay. And at 4%, we've got a payment of $1,909.66. We're going to go down to cumulative principal of $40,000. We're scrolling down to about $40,000. And that takes us down to about line 63 on our amortization schedule. Folks, that's 5 years and 3 months. And do you see how much interest we're talking about? Not saving $7,700 in interest, but if he had placed that same $40,000 on his mortgage, he would have saved $79,000. So here's what we've been taught to get out of debt. Anything you do to get out of debt is as good as any other thing you can do to get out of debt. And that's not true, because that $40,000, this is a lesson in opportunity cost. So when you spend that $40,000 to save $7,000, you can't also spend the same $40,000 again. It's gone. And what did you choose to buy? $7,000 worth of interest savings when you could have bought $79,000 worth of interest savings. By doing what he did, he actually, even though he paid his car off instantly, he's actually going to be in debt longer because he did it that way, because he's going to pay more interest. That's what we're talking about here. All right. So I hope that answers that question.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.